What name do you give an estate that was among the first to be constructed in Eastlands, Nairobi?
It was built to be occupied by workers of the then East African Airways.
A place so beloved by its residents simply because it does not experience what other Nairobi estates face.
There's ample security, adequate water always. So that's why rarely do guys move out of this estate.
A neighborhood that not only shapes character, it affects your entire livelihood.
This has been my life-changing area.
Really?
Yeah, because
Why do you say so?
where we used to stay, nilikuwa babi.
You call that place Outer Ring Estate. Not so popular, not so expansive, but yet so profound to the residents here. Area code takes you to the heart of the 48-year-old neighborhood where business is thriving, churches are loud, and artists are gunning to get noticed.
Akiwai anafela koseti, friend zone pia squeeze ni deadly. Best lakini form ni kujipa ilijipa videtly.
Remember me when you're famous? I did your first interview. The year is 1968. The place is Eastlands, Nairobi, an area that at the time was deemed uninhabitable by many city dwellers who considered it too far away from the city center and underdeveloped since the place was once a sisal plantation. But thanks to a feasibility study named the Nairobi Eastern Extension, new ground would soon be broken for the construction of 3-bedroomed houses for owner occupation. Most of the houses were completed in the year 1970. We met one occupant who moved here that same year.
We've been told we cannot do an episode on Outer Ring without talking to the man who has lived here for a very, very long time.
Yes, to be precise, I came here on 23rd of June 1970. That's when I moved in. Karibu lakini.
48 years ago. Asante.
Yes, it is.
Asante sana.
Good. Karibu, karibu.
Nice place you have here. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Joseph Gashanja welcomes us to his humble abode. He has called this place home for the last 48 years. It is from here where he has raised a family.
It is not a family, it is a tribe. I call it a tribe because it is large. I've got 6 children and quite a lot of grandchildren. Kikuyus don't count children, grandchildren, so we've got enough.
You've got enough. 6 kids.
Yes, and that's a photograph of part of the tribe. It's not all there. I call it the tribe.
It's not all there. There are still others who are not
Yes.
in this picture.
Yes, I've got some out of the country.
Quite a huge tribe that one is. I could count at least 21 people in this photograph. But it is also from here where Joseph has built an illustrious acting career that saw him feature in several television commercials, including his current gig, where he plays a wise, humble old man called Mzee Kobe for a local television program.
Wanataka kuanza safari mapema with the telephones. From a post.
But when the lights, cameras and microphones have been switched off, Mzee Kobe returns to an estate that he says molded his character and sharpened his craft.
When you were moving in, June 23rd, 1970,
Yes.
did you imagine you'd be a tenant and a resident here for that long, for this long?
I didn't know because I think I had underestimated the comfort I would derive from it. Security I would derive from this area. Constant water supply I would get from this area.
And indeed, Outer Ring Estate was designed for comfort. In fact, the estate had been constructed exclusively for purchase by the staff of the then East Africa Airways. The airline had its headquarters at the then Embakasi Airport, which was less than 15 kilometers from where Outer Ring Estate was.
It was meant for them, but something along the line changed, so we were allowed to rent from the Nairobi City Council at that time.
How much were you paying as rent then? Because this is a 3-bedroom
Yes.
house. Maybe then at that time, how much was rent?
It was actually, this one was 265 shillings.
The housing project targeted only 360 housing units and has never been expanded since. A matter that makes Outer Ring one of the smallest estates in Nairobi to date. The area has less than 2,000 residents who seldom complain about living in the estate because of the cheap rent rates they pay to the Nairobi City County. So affordable are the houses that you could pay about 10,000 shillings for a 3-bedroom house.
This was the sitting room, big as it is, but it was enough for a sofa set, but it was hardly enough for a sofa set and a dining table. Now, on my right is Mama's command post, and this is her kitchen. And it wasn't like this before. We had a chimney here. You can see this mark. We have sealed it.
Oh.
There was a chimney and a place where you could put your jiko. They expected us to be using a
Jikos at that time.
Yeah. So all the smoke would go up there. There is a chimney. So this was a kitchen. I think it was quite adequate.
If you ask around, you'll be told that people rarely move out of Outer Ring Estate. In fact, most of the dwellers here are either the second or third generation tenants who inherited their houses from their aging parents.
So I know everyone and everyone knows me. Yeah.
Victor Eliud is one such person. He was born, raised and nurtured on these streets. He now serves his neighborhood as their waste disposal manager, a job he has been doing since he was a teenager back in 1995. He provides the area residents with 6 to 8 waste disposal bags per house and charges 300 monthly to collect garbage thrice a week.
Akikuja tapata.
Akikuja tapata.
Okay.
Today, I join him in his trade. His sole goal is to make Outer Ring Estate as clean as humanly possible.
I'm really trying to do my best to make the area clean. And once in a while, you get people who don't want to pay. Yeah, once in a while. Yeah, when houses change from ownership, some people might refuse to pay. So you have to coerce them, tell them, hey, I've been here for a while, you need to pay me. And then I shake my dreads, they pay up.
And you collect on Wednesdays, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Every week.
Every week I'm here. Yeah.
Do you work alone? Are you with guys? How do you do this?
I don't work alone. I have a team. And right now, the Sonko administration has given us a tender for this Embakasi constituency.
And you actually know each other because even along the way you're saying hi to people, people know you. You have developed this moniker, Boss.
It's a childhood name that has stuck. It has stuck and has never gone away. So everyone knows me as Boss. Yeah.
But it appears Boss may have his work well cut out for him. Despite his efforts, the estate continues to struggle to maintain a clean environment.
There wasn't much free space allocated to Outer Ring Estate when it was developed back in the 1970s. But the little space that is there is now what has been allocated and turned into what appears to be a mini garden on one end. And just right next to that appears to be an unofficial dumping ground. Behind the dumping ground is what is the estate's main shopping center. A rather quiet, peaceful and unassuming estate tucked in beneath and right between Buruburu Estate in Nairobi.
Like most city council estates in Nairobi, the houses in Outer Ring are cheap and remain rather old. Renovations here, I'm told, are done through personal initiative by the tenants.
I'm sure in the past there was no gated communities. This is a very good example of how people are looking for that privacy and seeking it in any way they can.
Yes, that is true. Nothing like this. Where we didn't have anything like this. But some people have got cars. They want to have their cars within reach, but in an enclosed place for safety. So at their expense, they have done that.
It is not quite clear whether the estate borrowed its name from the now improved Outer Ring Road or vice versa. But what's for sure is that people here seldom move and almost everyone knows everyone. That complacency has in a way both helped and hurt the estate in equal measure. After the break, I'll be explaining how.
Outer Ring has been a safe place apart from now. Now we have started experiencing a few cases of insecurity here and there.
Tuseme mtu upitane na msee kuibie ama kutishie usiku. So utasikia sauti yake ndio utakuwa unamjua. Unajua huyu mtu na sasa tuseme anaitwa Devi. Utasema wewe Devi bwana ni nini? Tulia. Bila toka hapo mtaani ni nini? Unajua ni busy yake, unajua kila kitu.